talk about a junior college, a community college. I guess that's subsidized. It's below cost
Sure.
tuition, but it does allow kids who do not have the money to go to Amherst or wherever to start a college education. I mean,
People did that before the Great Society. I did it before the Great Society. My whole generation did it before the Great Society.
You are saying that the great humanitarian political impulses of the 1960s have been almost without exception bad.
Well, there was some good ones, but I'm saying that the assumption that on the education front, I mean, I would defy you to find a large number of people who've actually taught these students who really think that they're out there thirsty for knowledge.
Well, if you suppose they are thirsting for a better job, and we've set up a society where you have to be credentialed with a certain amount of knowledge, so aren't they able to get a better job?
No, this is the fallacy of composition. If one person stands up in the stadium, he sees the game better, but if they all stand up, they don't all see the game better. As long as, if you have a degree and the other guy doesn't, then you get ahead of him in the employment line. But we're not going to all get ahead of each other on the employment line by all getting degrees.
Boo, here we go. So, here's why I get to argue with this. I agree with the point that if you go to typical community college, you're not going to find people thirsting for knowledge, but you're also not going to find very many people thirsting for knowledge at better schools either. So, that being said, people might end up at community college not thirsting for knowledge because that's why they ended up at community college in the first place. Right? They're at community college because they are not the people that have been thirsting for knowledge their whole lives. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous to say that, oh, well, you didn't thirst for knowledge and you flunked high school. Now you're going to suddenly thirst for knowledge at community. You're talking about people who are willing to go to an extent to try to improve their lives. Now, whether they're there for simply the community college degree, or they're there to see what they're there for that, and they're there to also see what might come from that. They're open to a change. They're open to something different. They're willing to, and that is open to a change. By the way, if you end up at community college, it means you weren't all about school. In a lot of cases, that wasn't your thing. In a lot of cases, and so the fact that you're going to community college shows a willingness to change, to grow. So, my point is that, you cannot simply say that just because you got a bunch of ragamuffins and the unsavory blue collar class. Of course they are. That's what it's community college. Of course, they aren't serious about education. Well, they're a fucking community college. Do you really expect them to walk in there with dressed like a prep school boy? Come on now. Or girl, you know what I'm saying? That's where these things kind of fall apart. But you have people who go to community college that wouldn't have otherwise if it wasn't available, and they do end up excelling. They do end up doing quite a bit with their lives, and it's crazy to be like, well, no, if it's not a majority of them, then get rid of the whole fucking thing. That's the mentality. That's the difference between the Democratic Party's mentality and the Republican Party's mentality is that you have people that say, well, you know what? If it's not going to profit by such and such margin, then guess what? Get rid of it. If it doesn't, whereas people will be like, you know what? Can we cover the costs? Yeah. Is it going to do good? Yeah. Is it going to do a lot of good? Yeah. Is it ultimately the most profitable thing? That's the difference.